So the number that we have is 355 nanometers. So that number goes in the first column of my little cross-section chart thing. So what I have goes in the bottom, and what I want goes in the top. Now here's where you have to be careful. I saw a lot of people go nanometers in the bottom and micrometers in the top. And I totally get why you do that, right? You did that because you had nano, you want micro. The problem is, I don't know how micro and nano relate with each other. I do know how they relate to the base unit. So all these things over here in orange, these are all numbers of base units. So the problem is, I don't know the 10 to the negative 6 and 10 negative 9. That is not relating nanometers and micrometers. It's relating nanometers to meters, micrometers to meters. Okay? So I need to go to nanometers to meters first. So now I look at my chart and I say, okay, for every 1 nano, I have 10 to the negative 9th of the base unit, which in this case is meters. So for every 1 nano, I have 10 to the negative 9th of the meters. So I'm not done yet, though, because the problem doesn't want meters, it wants micrometers. So now I'm at micrometers, or sorry, I'm at meters. I want micro. So what I have goes in the bottom, what I want goes in the top. For every 1 micro, again, remember, the prefix unit always gets a 1 every time. For every 1 micro, I get 10 to the negative 6 of the base unit, which the base unit for this problem is still meters. So for every 1 micro, I got 10 to the negative 6 meters. So now I'm ready to do my calculations here, and we just use our calculators. If you're still having trouble putting it in your calculator, let me know, and I can certainly help with that. Okay? So on this one here, so 355, so the first step is times 10 to the negative 9th. So times 10 power negative 9. Okay, mine's in scientific notation, so I'm just going to leave it that way. Don't worry about the exact number. Just make sure you can do the math. So then I'm going to divide that by 10 to the negative 6, divided by 10 power negative 6. And there's the answer, 0.355. Okay? Most of you have been doing your problems this way. Some people have been doing it a little bit different. Some people have been like multiplying by 1,000 or 100 or dividing by 1,000, depending on what the numbers are. That's fine. Just show me what you're doing. I need to see what you're doing. Again, the only thing you can't do is move the decimal, and that's because I need to see the reasoning behind it. If you're multiplying by 1,000, you're figuring out there's 1,000 of this thing and this other thing, and I'm fine with that. That shows that you understand what's going on with it. Okay? Moving the decimal just shows me that you can count, which is great. Don't get me wrong. I like that you guys can count. That's excellent. But I want you to be able to do a little bit more than that there. Okay. Any other questions on 4? Anything where I lost you, or you need help, or you're stuck, or you need me to explain something else? Okay. I'm going to do a super quick run by